All right, the next song we got in the list is a donation request coming to us from Audiva under Benhall Bridge by TNL VZN. So definitely want to shout out and appreciate Audiva for first and foremost being a Patreon member and for putting this request in. Let's go ahead and check it out.
I find it hard to talk about how much you really mean to me. I don't know how to say it, but you're all I'll ever need. And I've missed your sound. Every time I walk away, I'm left feeling displaced. And every time I see your face, I hope to God I'll never replace. Stars in your eyes became my last glimmer of hope. And the darkness in your skies became my last view of home. I can feel you in my space, but you're too far away to reach. And I want you in my face. Is it too much to ask you to stay? Every time I walk away, I'm left feeling displaced. And every time I see your face, I hope to God I'll never replace.
All right, I'm gonna let her cook on this little refrain part here in a second, but initially, like when the riff started, I'm like really picky about those kinds of stuff because I'm like, I don't necessarily love the sound of those kinds of riffs personally, but I was like, I actually kind of like as the first verse went on, I was like, I kind of really like the fact that they kind of like just let it rock with that riff in the beginning. When they come into that chorus, so fucking great, and I love how when they come back to like that second verse, we just kind of drop down to that bass line, and when they just kind of slowly kind of come back with the guitar, I thought that was done really, really well. So I was like, initially, I thought that that chord, that riff that they started with was gonna kind of like come back and kind of carry throughout the song. And I was like, I don't know if I love that. But they chose to not go that way. And personally, I feel like that was the better choice, right? Where I'm like, it makes me enjoy the riff more. I really like the chorus, and like I said, like as the song goes on, it made me love it more and more as I kept listening. That's what I'm talking about. I'm more of a rhythm guy. I love when you start hitting me with the rhythm. So like when he starts doing this over here, when she starts coming back to that chorus, that's what I'm talking about, friends. That's what I'm talking about. Blair Witch vibes in the video are sick as fuck. I definitely dig the fuck out of that. It's an instant subscribe, thumbs up, and a fire Teddy on that one for sure. Looks like this song is only 2 weeks old, so it definitely needs some love and attention. It definitely needs some boosting. It definitely needs your neighbor's attention. They've been listening to too much of that damn country. I'm telling you, they need more fire in their life, and this is pretty damn amazing. Definitely want to appreciate again Audiva. Here she is in the comment section. I see Russa popping up in here too. Nice. Yeah, this was excellent. Definitely want to appreciate Audiva for bringing this to us today. Yeah, I think her voice is amazing. I think this is another great example of one of those songs where you never judge it in those first 5 seconds, right? We joke at the end of every stream and say that, like, you know, if you can't tell it's a banger in the first 5 seconds and you're not listening, right? It's a fucking stupid way to look at things, right? If I would have just judged it off of that initial riff, I would have never appreciated for what this entire thing was. You know what I mean? This song got better as it went, and it just continued to get better as it progressed. And that's what I'm saying. Initially, even though this riff isn't necessarily like my bag or my cup of tea per se, it's what worked for that first verse. And like I said, it carries for the rest of it. So even though I didn't love the riff off the beginning, I'm glad that we stuck through it because like this song is amazing. And it's going to go on my playlist. And I'm like, if I would have judged it off that first 5 seconds, we wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? So I know we joke a lot about that, but you gotta let them cook. You gotta let them cook because they're going to produce a fire. You know what I'm saying? I think that's all I got, guys. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you have enjoyed the Foxtrot family, there's always room. Bam.